Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Pat Precourt here. Shooting you a quick short video that I just felt would, the timing of this was very good for us. And I was going to write this out, but it just seemed easier to shoot in a video. What I want to share with you, and primarily has to do with that elusive why we do what we do, professionally and personally, and two key components that have to be identified clearly, number one, and then number two, we have to understand the difference between the two. Okay, so first I'll address it from a personal position, a personal standpoint. You know, your why, because I hear different whys all the time. No, I take that back. I hear the same damn why all the time. Why do you do what you do? And if it's for anybody who's in a space where they have a family, it's always because they have a family. Their wife, their husband, their kids, etc., etc. And that's all great and dandy, and I get it. Fine, I got them too, and they're part of my why, right? But there's more to the puzzle than that. And the importance of understanding that there's more to the puzzle is so that our decisions and our actions are more in alignment and compliance with what we say our why is. Our why is not just a why. A why is not just one thing. It's actually much bigger than that and broader than that. And to think it's one little thing like that is kind of a very selfish viewpoint and a very small way to look at it as well, because we're much bigger than, well, I'm much bigger than I'm here for one reason, my family. I mean, quite honestly, it's a very short-sighted and small way of looking at the world and really disrespects our talent and our skills and our purpose and our ability to have an impact. So let's start with personal. What is your why? And you'll see how you'll see the importance of this discussion momentarily, and I'll make it fairly quick, so just hold tight. I'm going to say, for now on, your why is going to be broken into two very important components. We've got to understand what is our responsibilities within our why, but also our priorities in our why, and the two are not the same. Our priorities and our responsibilities are two completely different things. And the challenge is, because we don't separate them, we have a hard time really making the decisions and taking the actions that then are therefore in compliance with our why. So take the why for you personally, me personally. I'll use me as an example, okay? My why is broken into two components: my responsibilities and my priorities. My priority is my family, my wife, my kids, and their well-being. And make no mistake, I will defend that priority and support that priority to my death, without exception, period. Because after all, they're my priority. Right? But my responsibilities go much beyond that. My responsibilities are to have a much greater, bigger, deeper impact on as many freaking people as I possibly can, because I have the ability to do that. And together they make up my why. Okay? And I'm just using me as an example. I'm not saying that has to be your why, but I need you to see the difference here. So my family, kids, and their well-being is my priority, but my responsibility is to infect as many people as I can in a positive capacity, right? Let's switch over to business, and here's how it applies to all of us today in this discussion. And I certainly invite you to consider your personal viewpoint as well on this. But let's look at business, okay? In REWW, Real Estate Worldwide, and all aspects of the Kent Clothier program, let's look at our responsibilities and our priorities. And our responsibility is going to be a little different for each of us. There's a company-wide responsibility, right? And that's to bring what it is we do, whether it be in the coaching side, whether it be in the software side, to affect other people's lives in a positive manner, and to do it as broad a spectrum as we possibly can. So that's really our responsibility, is to find, drive, generate new clients, customers, and revenue. That's our responsibility. And no doubt that ball cannot be dropped, or there will be no Real Estate Worldwide, no doubt, right? Or any of the other Kent Clothier branded companies. Well, that's all common sense to you and I. But our priority, and here's what we got to never lose sight of, because it's very easy to be driven by numbers and money and sales, but our priority is our customers. Our priority are the people who trusted us to invest in us for us to make their life better in some way, shape, or form. We can never lose sight of that. Every single one of you who can hear me right now has got to figure out, how do you play into that priority? What role do you play in making our current customers' lives better, to make sure that they always feel special, like they never question why they invested in us? That's our priority. Every day, second to none, without exception. So, just for your consideration, I share you to think about these ideas, okay? Reflect on them. Pin them up if you have to in front of you. Because I'll tell you right now, way too many companies that are good companies, that provide good product, whether it be a product, be a service or a physical product or a software product, right? Way too many companies end up going out of business because they lose sight of their priorities by focusing too much on their responsibilities. Both of them are super duper important. Both of them have to be maintained and serviced and grown and expanded. But if you drop one, the other one will not keep you afloat. Peace.